I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Courtside Soundoff podcast. Once again, I'm Josh Soundoff. As always, welcome by the one and only man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. That's right, we're in a good mood this week because it's UFC 318 fight week down in New Orleans, man. Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, the trilogy for BMF supremacy happening this Saturday night.
That was a bit intense.
Oh, gee, I mean, coming in hot, man. Coming in hot.
Usually,
Wednesday morning.
The word supremacy has another word in front of it that I don't tend to hear.
You know what? You need to get your mind out of the gutter, Angel. You got to get your mind out of the gutter because we got a lot of stuff to talk about this week, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about this week without you getting a phoner over there. All right, Jake Hager. So got a lot of stuff to talk about because UFC 318, Nashville happened, boxing is happening, BKFC news, Conor McGregor in the news as well, since we're talking about dicks. Before we get into all the action, it's always brought to you by food sponsors to Rogue Energy, ELYXR, and BetMGM. Rogue Energy, they keep me filled up whether I'm at home, whether I'm doing my job, or I'm at the gym. They get me to the finish line. They can help you get there as well with code SOUNDOFF. Check out code SOUNDOFF at checkout for 10% of all your energy needs, all caps when you spell the brand's name at checkout. Same thing goes for ELYXR. They're going to go ahead and give you some fun stuff, man, specifically Delta 8, Delta 9 products. And they've got it all, man, from gels to joints, and get it all for 10% off with code SOUNDOFF. Lastly, BetMGM. Guys, UFC 318 fight week. I said it. Follow the link down below. Get it to $1,500 in bonus bets paid back. That's if you do not hit on your first entry at BetMGM. Contact 1-800-GAMBLER if you're having any issues. But if not, you want to have some fun, go ahead and follow that link down below. Speaking of BetMGM, happy in some ways I didn't throw some money down on this main event. In other ways, disappointed because, look, we said it on the show last week. Derrick Lewis is the hardest man to predict in MMA. He sometimes when he steps up to the top level, he gets just annihilated. He gets dominated. And then other times, like, he'll face like this young guy, typically on the rise, and he'll just fuck up their whole shit. He'll completely gatekeep him, dude. Like, he'll just stop him. You get a guy in Tallison Teixeira coming in undefeated. Not only 2 wins in the UFC, but I mean, 25 years old. They need to push these guys quick. The division is so old. There's no contenders. And now we're in a position where Derrick Lewis, at the age of 40 years old, most knockout UFC history, he's won 3 of his last 4, Angel. He will not go away. And we talked about it last week. He's still in contention to possibly get a crack at Tom Aspinall, which is just absurd. Give me your thoughts on his knockout in the first round. I know some people were saying it was a controversial stoppage. I'm going to say up front, I don't agree with that at all. But go ahead. Give me your thoughts on the stoppage. Give me your thoughts on this win.
Yeah, no, there's definitely some people who were upset or felt some type of way about it, particularly because Tallison literally gripped his way back up with the cage. And people were like, yeah, we're not going to forgive that. And by the way, I saw that Luke said on Twitter, he was like, I wasn't particularly bothered by the fact that he brought up the cage. And everybody's like, dude, no. No, this dude literally went and clawed his way back up from the ground. And I'm like, you can't do that. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Can they take points after a round rather than doing it in the middle of a round? Because it would have sucked if they would have like been like, pause as he's climbing up, take a point, resume fight.
I think the solution in a situation like that is like, it's crazy to me they haven't figured out to just be like, all right, I'm gonna call, just put your hand up in the air and just be like, all right, 1 point. You know what I mean? Just like, don't break him up because he's getting fucked up right now. If you break him up, that'd be giving him an advantage, even if you take a point away. You know what I mean? Just put your hand up like, hey, 1 point. But I still think that guy deserved to get finished anyway. Because I mean, if you're getting bombed on and you have to. And
yeah,
also,
and I don't think it wouldn't. Yeah, like it wasn't going to change the result of the fight that he climbed up like that. But
yeah, and he was clearly rocked. Like, I mean, come on, dude. Like, you guys seriously think that's the solution? Just let him climb up there, climb up like a tree, and get back to his feet. Come on. He was clearly rocked. Even seeing him communicate with the referee afterwards, he wasn't all the way there. I think that's crazy to kind of be like, oh, well, I mean, he was getting back to his feet. They probably should have called it earlier to avoid some controversy, and there would have been 0 problems. But yeah, I thought it was a good win by Derrick Lewis, man. I mean, he's a guy that he swings and bangs, and if you can't get out of the way of those big shots, there's nothing you can really do. So
what is it now? 30 fights in the UFC? I looked at it earlier.
Yeah.
Yep, 30 fights. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude, just absurd. And at a point now, who's, like I said earlier, 40 years old. He talked about in fight week potentially getting a fight with Tom Aspinall. And we just saw this morning Alexander Volkov and our boy, oh my God, fucking forgot his name for a minute, Chilton Almeida, going to be potentially fighting later this year. It opens up the door, which sounds insane. It's like, all right, at this point, who are we going to fight? It's either going to be Gane or Derrick Lewis.
Did you see the rumors that Tallison looks like he already has a fight in the works?
Really?
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter.
That's insane. Well,
through a few like Twitter accounts that I've seen post,
Okay.
that he already has like a fight in where I'm like, dude,
that's interesting.
I was like, holy shit, this dude's trying to get back on. I mean, I respect it, but I'm like, is that a smart decision?
I mean, depending on who you face, you know, you want to draw an Austin Lane type, you know, if you're gonna do something like that.
I can't remember, but I think it was a Pinto.
Oh,
were the rumors, and I'm like, that's a hard fight. But they're both massive heavyweights, young. I mean, it's not a bad matchup to test each other, but I don't know. I don't think it's a necessarily intelligent matchup to come back into after getting knocked out by the hardest hitter that this division has probably ever seen, or one of them, I guess.
I think you mixed him up with Jonta Denise. Jonta Denise, according to several
sources. I saw one that had. I saw Denise. I also saw one that had Pinto. Okay. The thing is, he was in the works to get a fight.
All right. Regardless, man. Yeah, I thought that was a fine stoppage. I think at a certain point when you're getting bombed on, it is what it is. For Derrick Lewis, I mean, I just can't believe we're still talking about him at this point in 2025 as being like a still possibly.
Oh, he's still clip farming, still himself.
Flash in the crowd. I mean, he is a showman.
Came in great shape.
I can't find anybody to equate him to from like boxing or anything.
Did you watch him? By the way, did you watch this card live?
I tried to watch what I could. There was another big event going on.
Did you? Oh, well, yeah. Did you see the main event when it came on live?
I did, yeah.
Dude, did you see the little piece they did for him where he like opened up a car wash now, car cleaning rental business too?
Yeah, dude, he's killing it right now.
Yeah, I was like, this is good. This is what we want to see for these guys.
Yeah, dude, he's a great dude. I mean, you got to remember back in, I think it was Hurricane Harvey back in 2018. He was like helping build his truck. Like Derrick Lewis is a one of one man, like in a lot of different ways. The fact that now he's like owning his own business while he's also working and knocking out these 8-0 undefeated prospects. Like, what a guy, dude! What a guy. Yeah, I mean, 3 wins in his last 4. I don't know what the future is for him. I mean, he's at that stage where he's only fighting once or twice a year. He's still very fun. Kind of serving as like a gatekeeper. I'd still rather see him fight Tom Aspinall than Cyril Gane, and if they give Cyril Gane that title shot, I'm just gonna quit, dude. I mean, at what point do you stop giving Cyril Gane title shots? How many did he need? 4 or 5? Like, what are we doing? I mean, Jesus Christ, it'll be like what?
I also don't think it's good for Gane either. Like, it's not a good thing for him.
Let's go back. All right, he fought for the interim title in 2021. He won it. He fought for the undisputed title in 2022. He lost. He fought again in 2023. He lost. That's like
decisively.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, 0-2 in title shots in the last like 3 years.
And shit, it might become 0-3.
And he's gonna get another one, like 3 title shots in like 3 years and losing them all. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? So, yeah, man. Fuck it. Black Beast title shot. That's what I'm gonna campaign for. That's what I'm going for on this show.
Black Beast title shot.
Yeah, man. We're going for that, man. Let's do it. At this point, fuck it.
Hashtag,
right?
What are we gonna call it? Black Beast TS.
Yeah, let's do that. Co-main event.
Wow, some controversy in this, but. Dude,
it makes me.
It was fun.
So
though.
Mad.
It was still fun. I don't want to take away from the fun aspect.
Let's say this though, and I'm a horrific decision. Already in the short list of one of the worst decisions of the year. I mean, I say it's already. We're halfway through the year. But you get the idea.
Do you think does anything come off the top? I mean, I'm sure that maybe there's one in there we're forgetting. Maybe one that
there's definitely just a few I'm forgetting, but I can't. It's probably because like I really like. I thought the Aldo one was bad. His final fight. I thought that was. I mean, did you really brutalize?
Was Bautista Aldo this year? Or was that was
last year? But we're thinking it's a hobby. Whenever that was the fight. Whenever he knocked him down twice.
Is that in the top 5 of the most search cards on 2025 for TED?
MMA Decisions does not have theirs up yet. I think they do it at the end of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it still did like some of the relevant ones for the year. Does it not?
No. I mean, they have like the ones on the front page, but they do like for 2024, 2023, 2022, so on and so forth.
Okay, so nothing
yet. But
I was going to use that as reference.
Yeah, so I mean, that was a bad one, I thought, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, look, this is a bad one, man. I mean, you're talking about a guy.
Hamdi at the start of the year, right?
There you go. That's actually a good one.
That's one, but this one's it's a little different because this one had ranking implications. We're talking about a 40-year-old who's still like relevant in doing things in this division. Yeah. Not even just that, but a guy who's well liked.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's definitely that we're forgetting, but without a doubt, when 2025 concludes and we're talking about and like we're looking back, we're gonna be like, yeah, that one was a stinker.
Yeah, and I feel like it doesn't help that I feel like this consistently happens whenever it's like a younger guy taking on an older veteran, and it feels like I'm not a conspiratorial type, but it's like, dude, how does anytime it's an even mildly close fight? Sometimes it's not even close. I thought Wonderboy clearly won this fight. They end up losing on the card to the younger guy. It's insane to me. And
Dude, the end of round 2 was fucking
yeah.
insane.
Well, and also round 3, Wonderboy tuning him up on the feet. Bonfim just shooting, getting no success on the takedowns too, by the way. Just holding him against the fence. I can't believe we're in 2025 and we're winning fights that way. After all, like they've made it abundantly clear that damage counts. Damage counts above all else. If you're going in and you're shooting for takedowns with nothing, you're not winning the round. Like, especially if it's not equal. And Wonderboy on the feet, it was not equal. Even with the fucked up shin, outpointing him on the feet. Yeah, I mean, it's fights like this that just I feel disgusted.
This was a shit show. This was a mistake. There was errors here.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't do nothing at this point, right? We know nothing's gonna fucking change. It sucks. Bonfim is ranked from this. I will say though,
and I like Bonfim. This should be curious.
If he doesn't deserve to be in here, like if he doesn't level up, going on, we'll know pretty quick. So that's why
I get it.
I'm not super upset about it going forward because I know if he isn't meant to be in this position, especially at 170, that is a killer's division, he will be out of the ring. Yeah. He'll be out of this position real quick.
Yeah, he will. And I think for me, it's not really a Bonfim thing because I like Bonfim. I really do. I think he's a very talented guy. Since he came to the UFC, he started off real hot, and it's kind of like we've been waiting for him to get this big signature win. I just wish it came with him actually winning. You know, like
yeah, like him getting to the rankings and now potentially getting future ranked opponents is kind of like, damn. But did you deserve to be here?
And this is the thing too. Like Wonderboy is so tricky to where it's not like I'm not like sliding him like for winning this fight and having it be close because like, dude, Wonderboy like was 2 minutes away from easily beating Joaquin Buckley last fight. Like he's just at a point where like even as he's older, his distance management is still so good. Like he can't throw the kicks in the same way. He kind of has to like, have you noticed whenever he's like getting back to the fence, he kind of has to like jump off the fence, like put his hand on the fence to kind of arc the little head kicks a lot of the time. Like he's getting older. Same time though, like he's still Wonderboy. He's still great on the feet. So it's not really sliding Bonfim. It's just a bad decision. You know, it is what it is. And it's hard enough for Wonderboy, who said going into this week that like, all right, I got 2 fights left. Like, and for that to be this terrible decision, it's like I'm already seeing the Aldo playbook.
I will say credit to Bonfim for giving Wonderboy his props at the end and kind of being like, come on guys, give some love to this other guy still too here.
Yeah,
and even to Wonderboy, right? Be like, hey man, he got the win. It is what it is.
And I don't know who Wonderboy's gonna fight next for his final fight. I don't know who Bonfim's gonna fight next.
By the way, credit to him, man. I said it last week. I was like, dude, it's crazy that he hasn't evolved much as a fighter outside of this takedown defense, right? And his takedown, like preventing getting taken down from preventing just getting taken down to the ground in general. Mm-hmm. And somehow, some way, he's still managed to be pretty much the same guy from the moment he got here to now, and is still being incredibly successful. Like there's no one else who's, I think, able to maintain anything like this. And like I said, there's definitely a game plan. There's definitely a path to victory. It's like, dude, crush that space, get in. Don't let him fight at range. Don't let him get comfortable and win the fight. And I mean, even when you try to do that, it's still going to be a tough night for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he's a very tricky guy, very very tricky. And I think even at the age of 42, like Wonderboy's not an easy guy to deal with. So I think.
And by the way, but disclosure, we said it on the show. We picked Bonfim too.
Yeah. I mean, I picked both the younger guys to pull it out this week, and I thought both the older guys should have. Honestly, like I thought it was a really bad decision. I think it's so depressing watching a fight, knowing like a lot of the time, even with all the discussion, years of discussions now, all the talk, even like whenever they changed it a couple of years back to be more clear in the wording of the definition of the MMA overall unified rules and so on and so forth than the judging criteria, they're like, damage matters most. Above all else, damage matters. But like you see people do like the little pyramid tree of like, here's how this ranks. This is more powerful than like.
Damage and intent to finish the fight. Yes.
And you have a guy in Bonfim who just in round 3, seeing him hold him against the fence, and I'm like,
that's not intending to finish the fight.
If they give him the decision, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. And sure enough, they did the thing that I was so worried about, bro. Like, they can't help themselves sometimes. They can't help them make bad decisions. It's incredible.
John Jones?
You're always gonna be the same. You know why, John? Because you never change. You most people make a mistake and they learn from it. Who said that? That's what John Jones said back to Daniel Cormier. Remember that? That line just sticks out so clearly in my head. Daniel was like, "You're never going to change because people make a mistake once, you learn from it." Who said that? Now here we are. Here we are 10 years later. Isn't that crazy, Angel?
Was that 10 years ago?
That was 10 years ago, 2016. UFC 200.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so you moved down the card.
And some more like, by the way, this one's a weird one, right? Because it's sad for one guy, but it's a really like feel good story on the other end.
That's the reason why I hate this for Gabe, because Gabe is.
Oh, I thought we were going into the next fight.
My bad. Well, we'll just.
But same for the previous
I
fight.
love the Bond Fiend Bros, but on the other side, yeah, Steve Garcia commentator, very depressing, and also just in one way it's very depressing. On the other side, it's like, well, I mean, awesome, dude. You're finally getting to be that guy that we've talked about for years now, that we know Steve Garcia can be.
Well, not even just that, but it was also the fact that, to me, and I don't know if you've heard this, but Mean Machine was kind of like, he seemed like he was going to be a fun fighter.
Yes.
I didn't necessarily think that he would maybe build up enough wins to get to be in a position where he's a ranked fighter.
Yeah.
And not even just that, Josh. He was very mature and very disciplined in this fight. Yeah. He tried to finish Cater. He got close, I think.
Yeah.
Still no one's finished Cater. And I thought he could have done it. He didn't. But dude, this was such an awesome fucking evolution that I feel like is going to be so underappreciated by the general public.
I remember,
but dude, this is pretty fucking awesome, dude. Like pretty fucking awesome. Unfortunate for Cater, but and I said it last week. He's aged. He's old. His body's damaged. It's been through the war work. We're talking about a guy with 33 professional fights now, 33 camps, 33 weight cuts, 33 appointments made to compete. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah. This is a guy that just 5 years ago was getting tuned up by Luis Pena. This is a guy that 5 years ago...
Violent Bob Ross?
Violent Bob Ross. I believe that was maybe Luis Pena's final UFC win.
When did it being violent?
Oh, no. Way too violent. He ended up being released 2 years later. So, but still, a guy that Luis Pena is, like, even back then, we were kind of like, oh yeah, Violent Bob Ross, he's fun. He was never a top guy. He wasn't even close to the top 15. This is a guy that went life and death in one of the most underrated Apex fights of the last, forever. Actually, not even Apex. Take Apex out of it. Most underrated fights of the last 5 years. His 2-round war with Charlie Ontiveros, who was like 11-10.
Dude, this was a guy who was listening to Ricky Turcios and Bellator in 2016.
At one point, he was 12-5. He had finished a couple times. He was losing to guys who weren't very good. And now here he is, dude. And also, some of these wins aged great. Chase Hooper, Shailen Nurembeke, Mezcal Costa.
Dude, I didn't know he fought. This was a long shot. Some people might not even know this guy who I'm about to say, Joe Warren.
Dude, I had no idea. I think that was Joe Warren's last win. That was July 2017. Was that his last win?
He fought Joe Warren.
That was his last win,
the
dude.
baddest man on the planet.
He fought him in Thackerville, Oklahoma. I remember that card, dude.
It's funny because you mentioned Thackerville as a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Just randomly, like while we've been on the show. This time it's actually being used properly.
It used to be you drive by it if you're driving through Oklahoma. Like, I've driven by it multiple times. Like, it's out in the middle of nowhere. It's like it's a pretty small casino. And yeah, dude, and that card was back in the day a banger Bellator card.
But wait, can we claim Steve Garcia now as a former Bellator fighter?
Absolutely.
Now successful in the UFC?
And what's crazy is I argued with somebody, funny enough, at work about this. Like, they're talking about how Bellator guys, they just never do well in the UFC. And I was like, well, I mean, not really. You're Chandler was 1,000 years old, Pitbull was 1,000 years old. MVP's still killing it though. You know what I mean? You have Steve Garcia coming in. He's doing well.
By the way, he was kind of a homebred. I'm looking at it now. He was kind of a homebred Bellator guy.
He was, dude. He actually fought Bellator.
He had 7 fights in Bellator, and he made his first debut. Let's look at it in what is this promotion? AAA MMA. Then he fought in Bellator. Then the same promotion again, and after that, he competed in Bellator until 2019, 2018, where he competed in what is this promotion? Jackson Wink Fight Night. And then after that, he got the call up to the Contender Series, and the rest is history.
Yeah, man. He's been through a lot. He's had a lot of ups and downs.
This dude had a wild MMA journey. I think he'd be a great interview.
I agree with you. He was a bantamweight for a long time, and now he's just murdering.
There had to have been a point where this
155.
guy didn't think he was going to make it to the big league.
Oh, I'd imagine, dude. I mean, and even once he made it, dude, he was a middling guy.
This guy deserves. Like, I hope that at some point we see this guy on a pay per view. We see him on the count. Like, he gets a dedicated.
He needs a big fight, and I don't know who it's going to be.
He's in a weird spot, dude, because I
he's
don't
ranked
know.
11, and he's right on the outskirts of the top 10. He's at a point where it's like, oh shit, like you could get a big name.
Do you give him the slingshot, or do you kind of give him someone around?
I have said, but also I'm biased because we've talked about him during his win streak, and nobody's been talking about it. So
Dude,
it's like,
hey man, this is a long time. T City versus Mean Machine, man.
Isn't T City booked against Aljo? Right? Winner or
I
loser?
mean,
you know what?
It's not confirmed.
You know
it's
what?
Rumored,
You know what? I don't know if he's booked. He might be booked. Josh Emmett. 8 versus 11. 2 of the hardest hitting motherfuckers. At 100.
That's a hard fight too.
That is a hard fight.
Despite Josh Emmett's age, that's still a hard fight.
Yeah, I mean, dude, still the only guy that ELYXR Poirier couldn't finish.
Dude, we're gonna be the only guys who fucking praise Mean Machine in all of MMA this week.
He's the most underrated story for the past 2-3 years because it's not like.
And you start looking into it, you're like, holy fuck, dude. There's some like legitimate fun context here,
dude. And then during the middle of it too, like
this is the shit that gives me a boner when I wake up in the morning.
it was
dude. Like this is the
it was
storyline
like-
that gets me going.
he's on what 7-fight winning streak. After like the third one, it's like, oh, I'm just gonna start betting on Mean Machine first round KO because nobody pays attention. To this
It
guy,
wasn't even just that, but he was also finishing. He had the longest finish streak. Now he has one of the longest win streaks at featherweight.
dude. And it's just God, I love me some Mean Machine. Knockout powder, 155, 145, like just so much fun.
What do you do with Cater?
Yeah,
I hate to say it, but
he dominated. He battered him.
no, I'm saying, what do we do with Cater?
Oh, what do we do with Cater? I thought you asked, what do you do to Cater? Yeah, I mean, what do we do with Cater? I mean, first of all, he's ranked 15, which I don't. The featherweight rankings are just the worst thing on planet Earth.
I mean,
they took out Max Holloway. I'm not sure you noticed. They took out Max Holloway this week, and they put in Bryce Mitchell, who's now a bantamweight. Dude, like, what do you even say, bro? There's that two.
I was proud of them for. I knew they had taken Max Holloway.
Oh my god,
out,
dude! I didn't even think about this. Have you looked into it like a little bit deeper? It's a 2-way tie at 15. It's a 2-way tie at 11.
I knew that.
It's a 2-way tie at 4. They have like 18 people in their featherweight rankings.
What they need to do is just actually make the rankings 15 and push out Cater.
Let's get some actual, dude. I'm at the point where it's like I don't do AI because I don't even know who these people are that are doing it. I used to know like 1 or 2 people. I don't even know. I don't even think they do it anymore. Like just like I don't know who does these rankings, dude. Like, so yeah, let's move Cavalcator out of there. I think at a certain point, like he needs to maybe take one more retirement fight, do a fight card in Boston. You know, give him maybe not for him specifically, but just next time you go to Boston, put him on there. Say go to Boston every once.
I don't know necessarily who you could do outside. Nathan Train? I don't know. Maybe not.
Duho Choi?
Yeah.
Duho Choi?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Duho Choi would probably easily beat him. That's why I don't even know if I like that one. You know, but it'd give my boy.
But Duho was older. You know, he kind of still trying to be competitive, get into the rankings. It'd be fair to Duho, I think, right?
Yeah, it's a weird one,
and it's still a winnable fight for Cater, but it's hard still. I don't know.
Yeah. We're spending a bit long on this card, so I'm gonna fly through a couple of these, but yeah, man, I feel bad for Calvin Cater, but I do think it's at a point now with all the injuries, all the fight miles. You give him one more in Boston, and then you call it a day. I think that's it. I don't know who we'll face, but. Give him a fun matchup. Nate the Train, Duho Choi, somebody in that category. Cubs want, you know what? Fuck it. Cubs wants it. Cubs said he's got 1 to 2 more left in him. Why not? You know?
Yeah.
It's another one.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Morgan Shire defeating Nate Landwehr. I was,
good win at Morgan Shire.
Yeah, I was shocked when they talked this one on MK and they're like, you know what? I like Nate the Train. Maybe he can come back this one. I'm like, dude, Morgan Shire's going to fuck him up. Like, that's just, just stylistically, he's a, polished guy.
But Nate was doing his singing there too. You got to give him credit.
I mean, I'm not shitting on Nate the Train. You know me. I love Nate the Train in the UFC. But Vitor Petrino defeating Austin Lane.
By the way, the heavyweight move, I mean...
It didn't work out for Junior Toffa doing the inverse, but, I mean, shout out Vitor Petrino, dude.
Yeah.
He went out there and made that look easy.
And maybe this is, by the way, kind of to even keep the ball rolling. I think even the Tuco Toka's Toffa thing, it's kind of like, maybe Toffa is not at this level.
No, I don't think so. But also, I do want to jump back to Vitor Petrino at this point, just to say, you're talking about a guy who moved up the right way, brother. I mean, this guy he looks big,
huge.
He's 249.
But I will say, I did see something that they said that this motherfucker was cutting 30 pounds at 205. So it's like, dude, why were you even trying to make that?
I don't even know. I mean, dude, give me some new life at heavyweight. I don't even care. At this point, is he ranked at heavyweight? He might be ranked. No, he's not. But
no. We're not that
fight
fucked up.
Kuniev next or something. Like, give him Mick Parkin. Like, just Do something.
I think they'll build him up at heavyweight. I think they want to see how he does at heavyweight first.
Because he genuinely was a good guy, like a genuinely good prospect at one point until he lost to Anthony Smith. You know what I mean? Like there was still potential there.
Dude, but granted, then you see what happened in the next Anthony Smith fight. You're like, oh, you lost to Anthony Smith.
I know it's rough. Anyways, though, you look down to the prelims. Chris Curtis getting a win. Happy for Chris Curtis, man. But I love the action, man.
We didn't talk about this. Also with the weight change.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm also like getting a split to Max Griffin at this point. And granted, Max Griffin's a tough out, so I'm not gonna shit on Chris here.
And it was his first weight cut back at 170.
And obviously dealing with the injuries, and then he did get some punishment from the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
I didn't hear.
He said he paid a hefty fine.
Okay, that's.
And he said he said he wasn't gonna air his stuff out, but he got more than him. Whatever that punishment was, he had to deal with more. Whatever that may be.
Yeah, we'll see. Definitely didn't get. I knew it was. I said on the show, I was like, I don't think anything's gonna come from this. If anything is like a $5,000 or $10,000 fine, then that's what I expect.
By the way, just kind of to even continue the conversation here with Curtis, do you see any potential at 170 for Chris? I mean, I think
his pathway was 185, and I think there still is a pathway at 185 if he gets the right matchups to become a top 10 guy again. But I don't think at 170 that's the move.
I think time's just against him at this point. Time, injuries, fight miles.
And that's why I think as you get older, the last thing you want to do is decide to cut more weight. But that's what he's choosing to do. But I will say, this does kind of put him in line. He's still a name. And it's like, could you get an MVP
And he beat
fight?
Buckley. I mean, he can sneak his way in there.
Exactly. Could you get Buckley? Could you get MVP? Could you get a Colby Covington? Could you get, you know what I mean? Like Gilbert Burns. There's a lot of older guys at 170 that I feel like he's more likely to get. But I don't think he'll perform as well as he did at 185.
And then once he gets the young cat, like, do I really see him beating Sean Brady?
Do I really see him beating Shavkat Rakhmonov? Like, holy shit.
Ian Gary?
Yeah, like it's a tough. I could see him actually getting to like a 7 or 8 position. But I think at middleweight, you get the right matchups, you're more at a 3 or 4. You know what I mean? Like he was at that point. He was a top.
It'll be hard for him to break that barrier.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird case with Chris Curtis. And I wasn't that impressed with his performance on Saturday. And I wanted to be. Like I like Chris Curtis. And I like Max Payne too.
By the way, my personal performance of the night.
I was shocked at this one.
Dude. Holy shit. Is it finally time?
Hey, we've been talking about Jake Matthews for literally a decade.
I need to say, though, it hurt me for Cheaty, dude. It hurt me, especially because it was so quick and it happened the way it did. But granted, dude, at this level, you can't let that happen.
No, you can't. And look.
And, dude, I'm not going to lie. I feel like Cheaty looked like shit on the weight cut. I feel like he looked like shit on the weight scale, dude. I got to be honest.
No, he did not. He did not look good. And he's a guy that he's getting older and he missed weight originally. He missed weight. Heading into this fight, he missed at 172.5 against Dos Santos earlier this year. And then he missed weight again. And then he apparently re-weighed behind the scenes and they didn't take photos or video, a lot of media in there. So some people were like, okay, that's a little bit sus, but okay. And by the way, I also want to say this. No performance bonus for Jake Matthews, which I think is brutal. I think that's bad. It's a guy that is just... Man, Chitty was hot, man. Chitty was real hot heading into this one. So for him to not get a performance bonus, that was bullshit.
Also Jake on his own win streak. By the way, do we give this man his ranked opponent finally?
After a decade in the company? I mean, he's fought guys who would go on to be ranked, but I don't think he's ever fought a ranked guy. So, yeah, I think you give him Gabe Bonfim.
I mean, yeah, you could do that. I mean, who else is at the bottom of 170?
MVP, who's at middleweight.
I don't think that's a likely fight for him.
Kevin Holland booked. Colas Prates, Jeff Neal, Gilbert Burns at the top.
Fuck, it's all hard.
85.
He called out Burns, which was...
I think Burns is gettable.
I think it's a smart fight.
Yeah.
I just hope this guy has a killer manager who can get him a ranked fighter because he deserves it, man. He deserves it.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I mean, you look, man, he's a guy, man, it's so easy to forget. 2014 was when Jake Matthews made his UFC debut. And now he's just hitting his prime at the age of 30. He's going to be 30 next month. 31, next month. Just insane.
It's the right time to peak, but also we got to get the ball rolling and we got to keep up that consistency.
Yeah. Shout out you, Eduardo Mora, defeating Laura Murphy. Lucky Laura Murphy taking off the gloves, man.
Dude, she looked, I hate to be that guy. She looked ancient out there.
She did.
But she's 41 going on 42.
She's turning 42 next week.
Yeah.
She's had a life, and she's opened up a lot about her journey over the years, about struggling with like different drug issues. She's from a small town in Alaska, been through a lot.
And she's a pioneer.
She maximized her potential. Yeah. She did everything she could do to become a top fighter in the sport. And fighters like Lauren Murphy are forgotten, but I'll always have respect and appreciation because you did better and made it way farther than anybody would ever have expected, and she's never going to get the credit for it.
Yeah.
Dude, she fought for a fucking UFC title. That's insane. And by the way, wasn't the worst person. Like, many other women got annihilated by Shevchenko worse than Lauren Murphy did. So let's also be clear on that too. So, yeah, man, hell of a career. I thought it was funny. She was talking to Awada Mora, and then Awada Mora kind of like tries to dapper. You know, they do the respectful thing, and then, you know, Awada Mora is Brazilian. She's like talking to her, and Lauren Murphy's like, thank you. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Thank you. You know, just like trying to be nice, you know?
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny. Shout out Walter Walker getting a first round submission winner with Kennedy and Jikobuku. Good stuff there. Kennedy first lost to heavyweight.
Felt bad for Kennedy, man. He's been on a good run.
Got a bonus for Walter. Good for him. Mike Davis defeating Mitch Ramirez. We're not surprised here. I like Mitch, but Mike Davis is a motherfucker.
A lot of people glaze this win heavily, but I'm like, the opponent hasn't shown me anything to do.
I thought Mike Davis deserved a better fight than Mitch Ramirez to begin with. So, you know, nonetheless. Fatima Klein opening up the card with a dominant win over Melissa Martinez. Not a shock at all. Fatima Klein's the real deal.
No, I mean, this girl, I mean, I'm calling it early here, but I mean, I think she will 100% at worst in her career be a top 8 ranked fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she just, she's so young. She has these skills. She has this talent. And like I said, she falls in this new gen era of fighters to an extent. Not necessarily like the Raul Rosas, but definitely someone who is picking up in a sport now where there's like, just like I said, there's so many resources, so much out there to learn and develop pretty quickly. And obviously doing BJJ at a young age, like, yeah, no, she did good. Felt bad for Melissa here. That dude, by the way, we were leaving to get food as the head kick landed, and it was just like, oh shit,
good lord.
So
feel bad for her, but I wasn't shocked.
Sick highlight, and good for her for getting 50 G's, man. I mean, being so young and getting that money, I mean, that's a good feeling, especially in the fight game, man, where it takes a while to get paid.
Yeah, it does.
Unless you're getting those bonuses.
Yeah. So good for them overall. A really fun card, man. I mean, this card maximizes potential.
Called it weeks ago, man. I mean, I gotta do a little bit of self glazing here. I mean, this one was.
It was a fun one. It was a really fun card. I'll give credit where it's deserved.
And did we lose any fights on this? Like, I'm trying to look at it. Like, did we end up missing out on anything? No, I think we kept everybody was healthy the whole way through. Nobody fizzled out. Like, that's pretty fucking. Which, hey man, that's a fucking rarity these days. So that's actually another impressive thing.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, I love that. Nonetheless, man. Here we go. It's what you guys came here to see. UFC 318, Smoothie King Center, New Orleans, Louisiana. You're talking about the retirement fight.
By the way, how much did those motherfuckers pay to get that as the name?
Smoothie King?
Yeah.
Oh man, probably a fat paycheck, man. Probably a fat paycheck. You know, they're talking about just to kind of bring this over, just you brought it up. Oklahoma City, they're about to get a new arena. They're going to rename it, and a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, the Sonic Arena." Because that's where fucking Sonic came from, or the Brahms Arena.
Really, I didn't know that. Never been to a Brahms.
You've never been to a Brahms?
No.
All right. Well, I know I'm going to call into work. We're making the hour-and-a-half drive. We got to get to the border of.
Is it really an hour and a half?
It's an hour and a half
to the closest Brahms.
Yes. Oh man, where is it? Small town in Kansas. I can't remember where it's at, man.
I think I drove past one recently. Look,
they're an ice cream parlor that make good burgers. It's pretty simple, you know. But they're you know. But anyways.
Oh, and Emporia, there's too.
Emporia, that's what it is. Yeah. Anytime I'm going on the road, I'm like, we got to stop at Brahms, hit that Emporia, get that.
I'm surprised I haven't been able to bring up a Brahms. I'm looking at the map. There's a lot down south, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, they're a huge thing in Oklahoma. There's one on every street corner, and that's not a joke, dude. Like, we went to the finals game. We got there, and dude, like the line's wrapping around the block. Just one like two fucking minutes away from the Paycom Center. So yeah, dude, it's a huge thing. So we're gonna do the Brahms Arena, bro.
As you continue here and get interest in here, I'm gonna look up the Brahms menu out of curiosity.
Oh, dude, I mean, I'm shit's busting, bro. I mean, it's basically just a better, like, you know, it's just a fast food place, but like they're not a huge chain, so there's still quality there, you know. So besides the point, UFC 318 going down from the Smoothie Center, New Orleans, Louisiana, and the retirement of a legend, Dustin the Diamond Poirier. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, the greatest fighter to never become an undisputed UFC champion. There's a lot of guys you could throw on the list. And granted, Poirier, former interim champion, I think that deserves some recognition. Same time, though, just a legend. I mean, you run down the resume, and particularly that run from about, I'd say, 2017, 2018 to about 2024, 2023, somewhere around there. Impeccable. I mean, you're talking just in that little run. Jim Miller, Anthony Pettis, Justin Gaethje, Eddie Alvarez, Max Holloway, Conor McGregor twice, Dan Hooker, Michael Chandler. That is a Hall of Fame resume, and he did that in the span of about 4 or 5 years.
Can you list his last 5 opponents just so the audience knows?
His last 5: Islam Makhachev, Benoit Saint-Denis, Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler, Charles DuBronx Oliveira. He's a legend.
Lesser men would have fallen way harder.
The record is 30-9, and whenever you consider that his average like opponent was like Kratos from God of War, like that's
I love that.
Like average Dustin Poirier opponent is just it's unreal. I mean, the guy has fought the who's who across it's easy to forget 145 and 155 because he started his career down at 145. He fought obviously Max Holloway the first time down at 145. UFC 143.
A baby Max,
This is mind-blowing. This is one of the first UFC cards I personally remember. It was, I think, Wednesday, February or March of 2012. Nick Diaz, Carlos Condit. One of the first fights on the card is a young Dustin Poirier.
Natural born killer?
Yes, in the main event. And 125 Diaz, fuck you. I love Carlos Condit, but I mean, I've always said that's a bad decision, dude. I don't care if you're, yes, he landed more, but come on, dude. Come on. Anyways, that's besides the point. A young Dustin Poirier fought a young Max Holloway who's stepping on short notice. And here we are 13 years later, full circle, former champion, one of the GOATs at 145, currently holding the BMF title, taking on former interim champion, one of the greatest of all time. They're both legends in their own right, and they're running it back for the third and final time in Dustin's hometown of New Orleans. And this is movie type shit. But once you get into the fight itself, once you get past all the theatrics, you get into a fight where it's like, okay, Max Holloway, you can almost throw that first fight out the window. That was Max Holloway, 4-0, 20 years old, didn't even really have a real trainer at that point. He's talked about this. He was learning combos from the UFC video game out of Steve.
Fucking insanity.
Yeah. So you can throw that out the window. The second fight, I don't say you can throw it out the window, but also weird circumstances. That was Max Holloway versus Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson says, I'm not fighting for an interim belt again. I'm waiting for Khabib whenever Khabib was suspended. And then Dustin's like, you know what? I'll fight him. Step up on 5 weeks' notice. That fight's made. First UFC ESPN pay-per-view. Muffin Top Max ends up getting outpointed. It was a very close fight. Fight of the year contender right after the real fight of the year.
Shit, I thought Max won it at the time.
And you know what? You can make a damn good argument. Very many people forget how close that fight was. But now Max Holloway, a built 155er. He showed it last year. Once he's dedicated to the weight class, he's a top 5 bare minimum. He carries that power. He's still that good.
Or I guess he can generate that power.
He can generate that power,
I guess that's really the real...
Yeah. And, well, I mean, he showed that he had power 145, but he's always a volume guy. He seems like he does carry more power, like you said. And Dustin Poirier, man, on the opposite side, I mean, 36 years old, but, like, the greatest 36-year-old in the game. I mean, he brought Islam Makhachev to his limit last summer. I'm fired up, but I've never been more heading into a fight. Like, it's the most 50-50 fight in a long time for me personally. I'll say that. I mean, just both these guys have a lot of stuff going into this. They're both coming off losses, but it doesn't really feel like they are.
A lot of fight miles on both.
A lot of fight miles. Give me your thoughts on this fight, Angel. According to the current line, I'm going to throw this out there before I actually get your take. But the current betting line, according to our friends over at BetMGM, -110s across the board.
And that's
a pick'em fight.
And that's what it should be, man. That's what it should be. These guys have history, like you said. They are both still at a very good point in their career, despite whatever's happened recently. Not even just that, but two of the most loved guys in this sport.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you know anybody who follows the sport and you mention these two names, they're like, dude, fuck yeah. I love those two guys.
Yeah.
So violence should be guaranteed for this. I don't imagine this being a boring fight. I'm curious to see if this is going to be if Dustin's to be a showman in this fight, or he's going to go out there to win specifically. And the reason I'm saying that is I wonder if he's going to be out there and he's like, we're going to fucking strike out here the whole time. No takedowns, no nothing like that. We're going to bang it out. Which if he does, I mean, shit. I mean, that's Max's wheelhouse. He's very comfortable there, but Max has great defense, good jiu-jitsu that's underrated. I mean, the fight, certainly wherever it goes, I mean, both guys are comfortable. I just wonder how much we are going to see, how deep are these guys going to dig? How crazy is this going to get? Or is this going to be kind of a fun fight where these guys are just going at it the whole night?
I think it's going to be that one. I think it's going to be a war. I think Dustin Poirier knows, and a lot of guys say they're going to put on a show in their hometown, or they're like, oh man, I'm going to bring it back for the city. I'm going to do this and do that. Dustin Poirier reps New Orleans as hard as a man reps the city. I mean, there are some guys who are just like, this is where I'm from and this is my shit, and that's one of those guys that Dustin Poirier is. And I think he's at a point where he does know he has one left, and I think he's going to go out there and give it his all. I truly think so. He didn't have to come back for this one, but he's like, this is a rare opportunity. In my
do you see him shooting doubles on Max?
No. Maybe if it gets late and it's like just dicey and it's a close fight.
I mean, obviously, I think if he gets hurt and stuff like that, then yeah.
I think early on we're going to see these guys swing it out. I think there's no other way, man. I think, especially their second fight, none of that shit.
What are your most shocking results for this fight? That's always one of my favorite things.
I would say either of these guys being flatlined. Either one. Not to say that because they've both been knocked out before. And Max Holloway, the much bigger question is about him.
And Dustin with a head kick too.
Yes,
at that.
Yes. And for Max, dude, we've never seen him get knocked out before. And it just happened. Now, granted, he's moving up a weight class, and he did it the right way, right? He took off a lot of time. It's been almost a year since we've seen Max Holloway. He fought last October. It's mid-July now. So it's been quite a minute, So he did it the right way in terms of coming back. There's a lot of questions. For me, you go back to that second fight, and I think that's a much closer. That's the one you should watch if you're trying to draw some stuff away from it. I looked it up on MMA decisions. One person scoring for Holloway, and the vast majority scoring.
I need to give it a rewatch. I'm sure now I probably might change opinions. Yeah. Which that happens. I've definitely gone back and watched fights and changed opinions. I've thought about rewatching GSP Johnny Hendricks to see if maybe I give it to Hendricks.
No, I mean I thought Hendricks clearly won that one, and both in real time and rewatching 5 years ago. So I'd be very interested to know what you think, but. For this third fight, man, I think you watch that second one.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should make that a series where you give me a fight to watch. You're like, hey, I want you to go and rescore this fight.
I think that'd be fun. I like that idea. Kind of like a robbery review type thing,
Yeah, of the week. You give me a fight, we'll talk about it the week before.
Yeah, I like that.
And then we'll make a clip of it.
Yeah, I like that. Anyways, so just to kind of reel it back in, because that's something we'll probably do in the future. Don't look forward to that. But anyway, so Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier 3. I'm just gonna cut straight into the prediction. I think that there are some storybook endings for some fighters. I think they get to have that, and as much as it pains me to say it, I don't think Dustin Poirier is gonna get to have that on Saturday night. And it's not because, like I said, this is about as pick'em as it gets. Both guys are coming off losses. Dustin's older. Max coming off the first knockout of his career. There's question marks in both directions. I just think a guy that is the younger one. And here's the thing, too. There's so much pressure fighting in your hometown. Guys have talked about this before.
Retirement fights are never happy.
Yes, they never are, but especially fighting in your hometown. I remember Stipe talking about it. He's like, I wanted this, and then I got there, and it's like, oh, wow, everybody here is riding on my success.
It's his 40th MMA fight.
Yeah.
That's insane.
A lot of miles.
A majority of modern guys won't even make it to that.
Exactly. A lot of miles, and I think for me, it's... Max looked so good against Justin Gaethje, man. He looked so good. Carries the power. He keeps the distance well.
And then you see the performance Gaethje gave to Vaseev.
Exactly. And I like Dustin, but I think he truly put his all into that last fight. His final fight. He thought hitting into that one, too. Remember, he was talking about retirement then. We thought maybe that might be the one. Title fight against Islam. He gave it his all, and I think the emotional, kind of fever heading into this fight. There's a lot on Dustin Poirier.
Also, he's already half out too.
He's already half out. Once your guy's half out, it's like, okay, how much you got left? I think it's going to be a war, but I think Max Holloway's going to bring it back. I think it's going to be probably a back and forth 25-minute fight, but I think Max Holloway's going to get the job done.
Dude, his first 2 wins at 155 could be Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje,
which is insane, literally insane.
Dude, what the fuck? I mean, by the way, this is going to get insane for Max because there's a world where he refights Ilya at 55 after just fighting Ilya, which, granted, this is a conversation for the future. This is not a conversation for now, but just throw it out there, put it in people's head, set the seed.
He wins this fight. And then let's be clear. Dana already said if Islam beats Jack Della Maddalena, they may just book Ilya versus Islam right there.
Which, I mean,
at that point,
they
it's like,
should.
Does Max Holloway get a title fight at 155 then for a vacant title against Arman or something? What the fuck? What a
fucking world we could live in.
Dude, it's like we talked about this. There was so much riding on Jack Della Maddalena in his last fight in the future. There's even more riding on him for this fight.
We should be grateful, dude, because this is such a comeback year from the UFC for coming from that. And granted, there's still issues with the UFC.
There's a lot of issues, but we're hot right now.
In comparison to last year to this year, dude, this year is blows last year out of the water.
It's not like they're getting that huge crazy attention, but the fights are hot right now. There's some good stuff going on. There's stuff to look forward to, and I'm looking forward to this fight on Saturday night. Let's also move down though, because there's I like this main card. It's not a.
Let's just say
stacked
it
in
gets
terms
weak
of-
from here because dude, they had to throw the bag at these two guys.
Yeah, it falls off a bit, but I will say these are fun fights. None of these guys are going to fight for a title or even be top 10, I think. But I mean, fun fights. Co-main event: Paulo Costa, Roman Kopylov. Striker's delight. I think it's going to be very, very fun.
Important fight for Paulo, I think.
How much does he have left? At this point in his career, he's lost 4 of 5. Coming off the horrific fight with Sean Strickland, a split decision loss and a split decision because neither one of those guys did anything for 25 minutes. But nonetheless, his only win in the last, 5 years was Luke Rockhold in that, fight of the year contender. Both guys just trying to kill each other.
At elevation.
Yeah. That was a fun one. But I mean, I'm just gonna say straight off the bat. I think Roman Kopylov probably get the job.
I'm gonna pick Paulo just because I know he has a lot riding here.
Alright.
I do think Kopylov has a more dynamic striking game.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are just gonna write off Paulo pretty easily,
I think Paulo could win.
which I think is a mistake because he's plus 200.
Yeah.
He's almost plus 250.
Ooh,
That's what I'm
okay.
saying. There's some value there, I think.
I'll keep that in mind.
Also, he said, "Hey, I'm not gonna play this shit safe anymore. Like I'm gonna go out there and break shit,
Yeah.
So that gives me some hope. There's excitement there. So I'm going Paulo in this. But it's crazy though because these guys are same age, similar record. But Paulo's been in the UFC way longer than Kopylov, so that's pretty wild.
Yeah, man. I think that it's a very interesting fight. Should be a fun one. I do think I'm gonna pick Kopylov. I just like what I've seen out of him, and Costa's he's so been hit or miss. Even the fight, like I said earlier, like he's lost, of his last 5. But even just how he's lost those fights, like they're all been so weird. It's so hard for me to he got dominated by Izzy. The Vettori fight where he missed weight by like 20 pounds. They had to move it up to light heavyweight, and like a couple eye pokes on that one, got deducted point. It was a really weird fight. The Rockhold fight at elevation, I don't know what you can take from there. Got dominated by Whitaker. Even then he knocked it.
Also, we didn't even mention like the long stint there where we didn't even know if Paulo was gonna be in the UFC.
Yeah. Like after the Vettori fight, he really pissed him off, And then the Strickland fight where neither guys did anything. So it's like, how much can I take away from that? I don't know. But Kopylov I've been impressed with more recently, so I'm going to pick him. Kevin Holland, D-Rod. Banger at 170. If these guys step up and fight the way they should, can D-Rod pull it out at 30 years old? We thought he was done, but he's found a way to kind of rebound with 2 wins in a row. I would pick Kevin Holland, but dude, D-Rod, I mean, he's impressed me his last 2 fights. I'll admit it. I really thought he was done.
He's winning, but dude, you look at the competition though.
Obviously, it's the competition.
It's
both those guys
it's Morono and Ponzi who look like they should be transitioning out.
I don't disagree with you, but I think back to that fight with Gastelum where he was washed to the heavens, where he was throwing like 3 strikes around. So in comparison, I feel like he's brought it back a little bit.
Yeah,
but I don't expect him to win.
You're not wrong, but I think the days of beating like the Leech and Kevin Lees of the world are
that's done. Yeah, that's done. I think it's probably his last contract. I remember for 279, the game.
He re-signed though. He re-signed a multi-fight contract though, just recently.
Just recently. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then. All right.
I'm sure you could probably look something up later on about it, but that wasn't even that long, and I was like, really?
That's surprising. All right.
Okay. I guess they like D-Rod a lot.
Yeah. Fair enough then. Yeah. I mean, I think Kevin Holland's gonna win though. I mean, 2 wins in a row.
Yeah, I think this should be Holland. He's a younger guy. He's, in my opinion, he's an overall better fighter, better skill set.
Yeah.
Poses danger everywhere. I mean, this should be his fight. If he loses D-Rod, dude,
I would be shocked.
We're kind of back. Dude, we were kind of talking in this last fight. Okay, we're kind of refocused.
Yes.
It seems like he's motivated again.
That Luque win was a very good win.
It looks like we're back in a narrow path where it looks like he kind of wants to build up to a title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Losing to D-Rod is catastrophic to that, and that will be probably the nail in the coffin for me.
Yeah, Gunny was a good win, even though Gunny's been inactive. That's a very good win for Kevin Holland. Gunny had won a few heading into that. He beat Luque, who had looked really good in his last fight. If you lose to D-Rod at that point, though, 38 years old, I mean, going on 39 in December, you're kind of cooked at that point as far as like a contender in that way. But we'll see what happens, man. Dan Ige, Patricio Pitbull, speaking of being cooked, loser here, presumably. You can probably write him off for the future. Dan Ige coming off whenever Sean Woodson will give credit where it's due. But prior to that, had lost 3 of his last 4. Taking on Patricio Pitbull, obviously 38 years old, lifetime of fights. I mean, he's lost 3 of his last 4. If he loses here, it's like, okay, you're moving down to the fun fights tier. You're going to fight old guys. Or actually, they may just make an example of him because he's a Bellator guy. I don't know. But at a certain point, we know you're done if you lose this one.
And look, he's facing a tough guy with a tough camp behind him who will definitely come in very well prepared.
Yes.
And Pitbull is older. We got to say it. It is what it is. I hope he can do something. I think if he wins here, the division gets interesting for me. I hate to say it, if Ige wins here, it doesn't do a lot for him. It's kind of a high risk, low reward fight.
Yes,
and it's a high reward fight, low risk for Pitbull fight.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's just clear as that. I'm gonna pick Pitbull just because I want to see him get one, and also, I felt like this should have been the fight that he should have had to debut with to begin with.
Yeah,
and also he's fighting again pretty soon. Decently quick turnaround. It shows me that he's motivated and he wants to fight,
which is good. Yeah,
which is good. So I think that's a good and healthy sign.
Yeah. Can he slow the fight down? Can he keep Ige at range and avoid the big shots? I think if he can, he probably comes back.
Or can he get in and land his own big shots?
Exactly. I thought, heading into the fight with Yair, it kind of went how I thought it would. Like, we were like, this is just the worst matchup possible for Patricio Pitbull. This one's, like you said, closer to his kind of age, closer to his actual skill set. I like it more. Gun to my head, I'm going to pick him. I got faith in the old Pitbull, but, it's real dicey. I would not be surprised at all if Ige pulls this one out relatively easily either. I could see this one going anyway, honestly. Nonetheless, this one, dude, it's kind of a night of old guys when you really think about it. Michael Johnson also on this one. 39 years old, St. Louis, Missouri native, man. He's getting up there in age, but you know what? He's brought it back. He's won 3 of his last 5. There's one point where it was just like, okay, this guy's done. He's so done. He knocked out Ottoman Azatar in December, which is actually a pretty fucking good win,
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, Zaitar even, I have my...
I thought he was going to lose that fight. And in that way, I thought it was a good win.
Yeah, and you're not wrong.
But obviously, he's been struggling in his own right. Still, besides the point, taking on Daniel Zellhuber, this feels like they're setting him up here. Daniel Zellhuber, the golden boy, 26 years young, out of Mexico, coming off that absolute war with Esteban Radovich in September. Fight of the night. 2 fight of the nights in his young UC career already. Shows you the intensity, shows you how much fun he is.
And he's good. He's good.
He's good. And like I said, I feel like they're setting up.
He's when I mean future division, he's going to be an important figure in this division.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like Michael Johnson. This is a tough one. I'm going to go ahead and take our boy Golden Boy to get the job done. Take a look at the rest of the card, and we said that the card falls off after the main event. From the main card down to the prelims, it falls off.
I could argue these next 2 fights, though, could have been in...
They should have been on... I think, at the very least, Kyler Phillips should have been on the main card. I'll say that, because that's a banger of a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Kyler Phillips taking on Vinicius Oliveira.
Vinicius.
Oh, thank you, Angel. Thank you. Vinicius Oliveira. Should be a lot of fun. And then also, Marvin Vettori, Brendan Allen, the rematch. The rematch, Angel, from the fight in the club in Vegas.
Dude, by the way, yeah, they're finally getting it. They're finally going to sell this beef. I do need to say this, though. This is a very important fight for Marvin, dude. He's been a guy who's kind of lingered a lot and has been able to hold his spot.
Yeah.
If he loses this here, this puts him back a little bit.
Yeah,
for the first time in a while.
I remember being shocked that he lost to Roman Dolidze and thinking that was a really big flashing red warning sign for your career.
And it is. And if he loses to Allen here, it's kind of like, I'm not necessarily thinking that's a warning sign because losing to, Allen's good and he needs a big win here to get back on that good path that he was on because Allen was, dude, he was right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if he beat Imavov, he might have been in Imavov's position to fight Izzy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and at a certain point, it's like, man, Marvin Vettori, he came in so hot, so young in his career. You're kind of like, okay, once this guy improves, he's going to be maybe a future champion, maybe at the very least top 5 for a long time. He's been top 5 for a long time, top 10 for a long time. But because he's kind of just remained stagnant, it looks like he hasn't really improved much. He's ranked number 10 now. He's very inactive too.
And granted, he suffered a loss recently too. He lost his brother,
which is just brutal.
In a fire,
yeah,
which is losing anybody is bad, but fuck, dude, like that.
And just a brutal tragedy. I feel bad for the guy. But at the same time, it's like, dude, if you lose this one,
you're in a rough spot.
You're in a really bad spot, man. So I'm for his sake, I hope he performs well on Saturday. Rest of the card, Francisco Prado taking on Nikolay Verdiktinov. I like that.
By the way, what the fuck is this opponent? I was like, is this guy new?
Verdiktinov?
Yeah, but
he's the guy that got fucked up by Austin Vanderford.
That's what I'm saying.
And then nearly tried to fight him afterwards. I'm shocked he has a job.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, wait, do I remember? I feel so bad, but then I was like, I started now I'm putting the puzzle pieces together. I'm like, oh, okay.
His punishment is that he has to fight Francisco Prado now.
which is a tough out.
Yeah, it's a really tough out. Tough guy, carries a lot of power. Should be fun though.
This next fight I hate for one of these guys.
Yeah, my computer just froze. So tell me what fight is up. Oh, okay, actually, yeah, okay. Robert Valentin. I don't like this fight. Yeah.
Not for Valentin. He deserved a different opponent after what
Yes.
he had to go through.
Yes, and also got robbed too.
And also
say that clear.
this kid, Atiba, dude,
yeah,
a fucking assassin. I mean, granted, and he's literally called the silent assassin. Only 23
7-1. And by the way, the physique out of Cameroon is
at 185.
outrageous.
Just a chill guy too.
He's the hot prospect. I believe he's at minus 500. I could minus 500, minus 550 on BetMGM. And for good reason. Guy has a lot of power.
Yeah.
Looks, I mean, he's big. He's not really big for the weight class, but he's wide. He's a wide man. So, and I like Robert Valentin, but man, he's gonna have a tough.
Wait,
tough
dude,
night.
Atiba is 6'4", my guy.
I guess you're right. But I feel like 6'4" at middleweight is not that crazy. We've seen guys like, for example, like Izzy's like 6'3", 6'4". I feel like he looks wide. Like he's genuinely a big guy. You know what I mean? Like I feel like when you see guys that are at that kind of 6'3", 6'4", they're kind of skinnier guys. You know what I mean? Like this motherfucker is thick. Could just be me. Especially when he's out of camp. When he starts cutting the weight, he looks like he gets a little bit slimmer, obviously, but that could just be me. Nonetheless, though, take a look down at those early prelims. Got Adam Fuji taking on Islam Dulatov.
By the way, this is a debut that people are waiting for. This is the guy who's a model.
He's a for real model.
He's a legitimate model.
What is it with MMA and having the crossover of just a lot of models? Is there some sort of...
By the way, that one loss was in his professional debut too, just to top it off.
Fun fact about him, he and his brothers also own a hairdressing salon named J'adore Lounge in Dusseldorf. So next time you're out in that... I know you go out there, Angel. Next time you're out in that neck of the woods, go ahead and pop over there, bro. Yeah. Jimmy Crute, Marcin Prokhnio. Both guys need a win here.
Good fight, though.
Yeah, it's a fun fight. I like it. Ryan Spann, Lucas Brzeski. I like that one, too.
I mean, Ryan Spann continued the heavyweight experiment, which... I mean...
How we going, Ryan?
I lost to Walter Cortez Acosta, and if you lose to Brzeski here, that's bad.
You're cooked.
Dude,
You're cooked, man.
I hate to say it. I don't think Brzeski's very good.
No, I don't think he is either.
And the only reason he stuck around is because he got that Walter Walker win. Yeah. And I mean, and even after that, he hasn't done anything with it. He lost to Kennedy. He lost to McParkin. He needs to win this one if he wants to stick around.
Yeah, I agree.
He'll be 1-6 if he.
That's brutal. I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm surprised he's even still around now.
That's interesting.
And even if he wins, he's 2-5. Like that's not much better.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm surprised he. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's a bad loss of Ryan.
Maybe the UFC matchmakers are kind of like me. They didn't know he was struggling that much. Like I knew he lost a lot recently, but I didn't know it was like.
Oh no, these motherfuckers know, dude.
But anyway, so Bruno Fajea, Jackson McVeigh. I like that. I like that fight.
Jackson McVeigh can actually get into fight this time.
Yeah, it should be fun. Hopefully. And then opening up the card is Carla Judice, Nicole Cavalier, excuse me. So,
which I like her, but I feel like she's at the wrong weight class.
I agree with that.
I think she should be at 115, 125, and also she plays a lot from bottom.
Yeah.
Don't take that out of context, guys. When she's underneath, she tries to play a lot from bottom and try to like throw up submissions. And I don't know if in this modern MMA game that's necessarily a smart thing. She has good jiu-jitsu. She was competing in jiu-jitsu. But for MMA, the way she's trying to use her jiu-jitsu, I don't think it's smart.
Yeah.
And dude, I mean, just I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we got to do some changes there. She's someone that I actually liked when I saw her on the Contender because I'm like, oh, dude, she's a dog. She's sticking in and she's throwing up submissions from bottom. But you can't sustain this way of fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's I mean, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
And she could be Carla Judice. Like I'm not.
Carla Judice is not some world beater, so I wouldn't be surprised if she won. But it is once she's starting to that top 15, top 10 level that you're gonna find some issues. Maybe not even though, because I feel like if her jiu-jitsu is that good, we've seen some women's MMA, right? We've seen women who were single skill set fighters. It's still in like 2005 for women's MMA. Just that's where they're at, just developmentally.
Yeah,
you know
and you're not wrong.
So I could see her having success. But I do think you're not gonna win a title that way.
And she's tough. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I'm saying, she's tough. She'll definitely stand and throw hands in there and do her thing. But there got to be some developments in there. And like I said, I feel like 115 is probably her proper weight class.
Yeah. She's
5'3", finding out who's 5'7", which I mean, that's not super crazy. Because I mean, let's say if that was a guy and we said that height difference at 155, you know, what do you say? Fucking 5'6" versus, what would it be? 5'10"?
Yeah.
You know, that wouldn't be that wild. You know, like it'd be like, oh, well, this guy is short, but even then, it's I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like with the ladies, sometimes that height difference, they don't always adapt to it well. That reach, like they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know what to do. They don't get in as they should. At least in my opinion.
I agree.
That's just my perspective on it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. Nonetheless, that's all we got for this card. It should be a really fun one going down to New Orleans. Really excited for it. It's one of those cards like I hate that I work because I got to be with the boys for this one. Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier III. I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah.
I know. So,
hey,
but there's a lot of boxing which we're gonna talk about.
You'll be there in spirit, though.
I will be because there's a lot of stuff we got to talk about. Before we go on to boxing, we got another card this week. And look, I'll give credit where it's due. PFL Champion Series 2 is a really good card. At least the main card. Prelims leave a bit to be desired, but this card going down from Cape Town, South Africa, the Grand West Arena. Yes, they're going to South Africa. They
beat the UFC to there.
And it's Johnny Eblen versus Costello Von Steenis in the main event. I like that fight a lot. Now, do I think Costello Von Steenis has a lot to really offer? That's another discussion.
He's good.
He's good.
I think he's good.
He's good on the feet, talented, long, rangy, but Johnny Eblen's a motherfucker. And that co-main event is another case where it's like, okay, I love Dakota Tijiva, 26 years young, a future star. I mean, I wouldn't say future, current star on the sport. I mean, 14-0, all wins except for one coming away a finish. Just brutal. She's taking on Suniko Inabata, a former Bellator veteran. She's 8-1. She's good, but she's pretty small for the weight class and doesn't have that top win, I'd say, and not a single top win. So they're kind of doing this as a way to just be like, okay, stay busy. This is a big one. You're fighting on the South Africa card. Good for her. And but yeah, it seems like kind of a gimme fight, kind of a showcase fight.
I think the bid story, which I mean, I feel like just went under the radar, but the return of AJ McKee at 145.
Correct. Take on Ahmed Magomedov. I like it. And AJ McKee, man, I think losing to Paul Hughes in that way, him just kind of, I mean, Paul Hughes kind of dominant. I mean, I understand it's a split decision, but I thought Paul Hughes clearly won that fight, rocked him bad at one point. I think maybe that was a moment for him to be like, okay, you know what? My issue is not, it's not that I'm worse or better at 155. I can't be that top level guy, at least right now. So for him to go down to 145, I think it's the correct move. I think he should have honestly never really left one. He was never really too big for 145 either. So I don't know. It was kind of a weird case when you decide to leave anyway. He just lost to Pitbull. Now 30 years old. Let's see how he does.
Dude, I felt like that was the last time that anybody gave a fuck about anything outside of the UFC.
Was Pitbull versus McKee?
Yeah.
I agree with you. Yeah. And he's taking on Ahmed Magomedov, who's 11-1, a good guy, has a couple of good wins over Bellator vets. So should be a fun fight.
Yeah. Tough return, though. And
then over to the card, we got to shout this one out. Corey Anderson versus Dennis Goltov, man. Corey Anderson, Overtime Anderson, the last Bellator light heavyweight champion. I'm happy that he got to have that on his resume because Corey Anderson's always been a guy who's been this close to getting to the top and just can't get there. I still think he's a fun guy coming off a win over Carl Moore. And we'll see what he does at heavyweight, man. I think he's a guy that his skill set should translate, but also Dennis Goltov's a big dude. So, we'll see. We'll see what Corey Anderson comes in at.
By the way,
I'm very intrigued.
I was looking through this card like a few weeks back, maybe like a week or two ago. And I don't know any of these people really at all. I'm going to just be honest on this undercard. But I was looking at their records. I see how they're doing. I think there's some bangers in there. And I really hope this region grows. And I'm excited they're getting to showcase themselves on this stage. Because if not, they would be fighting on some other regional promotion in South Africa or in some other region of Africa or in Europe. So I hope some of these people find some success, man. Genuinely.
I agree with you.
And dude, a fair bit of heavyweights.
I was going to say, all eyes are on Abdullah Kane. All eyes are on Abdullah Kane. That is the guy that I want to start looking for these cards, start looking for highlights of some of these guys. 3-0 out of Morocco. 3 wins all coming by way of first round finish. Take on a guy who's 7-4, Joffrey Holton. He's young. He's big. We'll see how he does. That's my guy to watch on these prelims. There's a couple of guys you can watch. Like I said, there's a lot of heavyweights, a lot of young dudes.
I think I need to tune in. And dude, there's some ladies on here, and I wish them the luck. There's this gal here, 6-0, Nigerian gal. I looked at
Julia Tiokoa.
I looked at the record. Nothing super crazy, but just the fact that she's building that up, and in the region she's in, where I'm sure there's not many African girls. I mean, dude, can you even think of any African female MMA fighter in general?
Not a single one.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, I really hope they find some success here and they develop this region and hopefully inspire some women here too. It's important to the sport. It's important to the game.
Very much important.
I think that's one positive thing about the PFL doing these Europe and Asia and Africa cards now too.
Yep. Yeah, going down Saturday at our time at 9 a.m. So the card start 9 a.m.
Bright
Love
and-
it.
bright and early,
Bright
man.
and early, bro.
God damn it! Just a bit. By
Oh,
the way,
man.
just like combat sports fanatics like dream, but also nightmare because it's like, dude, with everything going on between boxing, MMA, and by the way, we didn't even mention some cards. I think KSW is having a card. I think Octagon might be having a
Yeah.
card. Fucking LFA might have a card the night before. Like, I might be exaggerating here, but I think it's kind of true though too.
Yeah, I agree. Should be a fun night though with the PFL. It should be a fun night in general because not only do we have UFC, we have PFL. We also have boxing. This is a mini preview. We're not gonna spend a lot of time on either of these just because, like, Usyk Dubois 2 going down. Which,
can I just say, this snuck up on me. It doesn't even feel like it's happening.
dude, I feel the same way. It really came out of nowhere. I'm hyped, but it did come out of nowhere.
I'm excited.
Manny Pacquiao taking on Mario Barrios, also on Amazon pay-per-view. Interesting, man. Interesting.
I
A lot
mean-
of people are counting out Pac-Man. I'm not going to do it.
I think, to talk about it really quick, this is fucking historic. This is big. The implications of it are massive. Manny's a guy who already has so much on his fucking resume, and the fact that he could potentially add this onto it is, wild. Wild. We're talking about, like, he was already in these wild conversations. Now he's going to be even deeper in these conversations where you're talking about boxing. And dude, a guy with, what is it, 70-something boxing matches, 70-something weight cuts, 77 contracts signed.
72 boxing matches.
Across
8 divisions.
And he's returning after X amount of layoff, or I guess really being in retirement. This is fucking awesome. And I think, no matter the result, I think we should be happy to be experiencing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it is very, very fun. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Manny Pacquiao, and it's not that, like, I didn't think he's gonna win. I would not pick him to win this fight, but dude, I've seen Mario Barrios fight. If there's a guy who can beat, this is a guy like, dude, 5 years ago, I'd pick him without a doubt. 10 years ago, he's not getting out of the 6th round with Manny Pacquiao. Like, he's a taller guy who comes forward and takes a lot of shots. Manny Pacquiao, that was the recipe for him to win back in the day, but how much is left? That's the question. We'll find out on Saturday.
By the way, this card is stacked, man. Sebastian Fundura, Tim Zhu, banger.
Man.
Isaac Cruz, Angel Fierro on there. Brandon Figueroa, was it Joet Gonzalez?
Yes.
David Picasso, 31-0, 24-year-old, fighting Japanese fighter, 15-4. Who else do we have on here? Gary Russell Jr., kind of a name.
He's back, yeah.
He's always stuck around, man.
It's a short notice fight for him, I believe, as well.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And then obviously, these cards always have young guys who are trying to build up their record. So
Mark Magso taking on Jorge Mata. I love that. You know?
Mhm. So genuinely excited. And I know we didn't talk too much about the other card too, but there's bangers on that too.
Yeah, exactly. Look, if you're watching an Alexander Usyk fight, you're gonna have a fun time.
If you have Saturday off from morning to night, God bless you. Good luck.
Yeah, dude, this is your shit.
It's a fight. It's a fight day orgy.
It really is. The fight I'm gonna mention from that Usyk card, Lawrence Okoli, Kevin Lorena, is gonna be a
I was excited for that one. I took a peep. I was like, "Yep, that's the one."
Nonetheless,
Outside of Usyk in the box.
Yeah. BKFC news. They signed a couple people over this past week. This one's gonna be another quick one. They signed a couple other people. They signed Derek Brunson. They signed Aspen Ladd. They signed Yoel Romero,
The Soldier of
the
God.
Soldier of God.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
And also they announced a $25 million open weight, technically not really open weight, but it's within 185 to heavyweight.
That's
almost 100 pounds.
That's pretty open weight.
That's
dude.
pretty open weight. $25 million. We don't have any names yet.
Could you imagine some Chad?
It's supposed to be happening.
Like 184 and a half trying to get in there.
It's supposed to be. God,
Had to weigh in with like quarters in his pockets.
You know, there's gonna be one guy, right? Like,
you're like, this guy ain't winning 185, right? He snuck in here somehow.
I'm hyped, dude. I'm hyped. Like you said before we start filming, it is the BKC is a Taco Bell of combat sports.
It's Guy Fieri trash can nacho.
Yeah, it is. It's fun though. It's fun, and I'm excited for it. I cannot wait, and we'll see what happens.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. Speaking of BKFC, Conor McGregor back in the news. Angel, this is going to be a brief one, but he was seen naked. No, that's actually not what we're going to talk about. He's actually David Feldman, who broke the news. Conor McGregor back in the drug-free sport testing pool.
Oh, him and John Jones.
Him and John Jones, because they're both apparently trying to fight on the White House card. And Dana said it's a possibility.
By the way, whatever happened to Cowboy coming back?
That's funny because we talked about this like recently. I just think they're like, nah, that's fine. That's okay. They can turn you down. They can't do that. They did that to Joe Lozon.
They're like, Cowboy, we know you were juiced to the tits.
Yeah.
And we know
I don't want to see you take any more damage, Cowboy, so we're not going to let you fight. It feels like that should be illegal because like the contracts, but they did that to Joe Lozon. They've done that to other guys in the past, like, so I don't know.
It's probably a good thing. I don't know exactly who he would even
Cowboy
fight.
was washed to the heavens, so I'm fine. But Jorge Masvidal is another one. Remember him?
Yeah.
Supposed to come back this year, didn't do it. So I don't know, kind of weird.
Oh, good.
Weird.
I'm sure he'll fight at the White House.
But no, he actually, Jesus, he might. Conor McGregor though, back in the drug-free testing pool. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not gonna get excited because like we've been through the story a million times. Last story of the day. This is a positive one, and we're not talking about Conor McGregor's dick getting leaked online by Azalea Banks.
You were gonna say that's positive?
No, I'm saying that. I mean, I think it's funny. I think it's really funny, actually. But Ben Askren, we've not really touched the story much because we're kind of waiting to see.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to touch that story until, God forbid. But seems to have come out on the other side of this thing. Got a double lung transplant. Dana White paying for part of it. Coming out. Got a lot of support from the MMA world as well as from the disc golf world. As a member of both, I have to.
Oh shit! The disc golf community. Shout out there.
Yeah, shout out to the disc golf community. Funky Farms, if you guys ever want to play when he's up there, he'll let you play. I'm pretty sure if you like. It's on UDisc, I think. So,
holy shit! The vet didn't even know all this.
Yeah. So shout out Ben Askren. He's released a couple of videos of him talking. He's like, I'm not gonna feel sorry for myself. I'm not gonna try and dwell on this. I just need to get moving. And he said he's 147 pounds, which is just. That first video that came out of him was rough. Now, luckily, in the second video, he looked like he was a lot better.
I mean, the other one it was pretty fresh and all that.
He looked a lot in better spirits, but yeah.
I think he's gonna have an insane comeback from this.
He has a long road back, but if there's anybody that can do it, it would be Ben Askren.
Oh no, he's gonna do it. I'm not even worried about. I wasn't even when all this was going on. Anyways, I'm like, that's a resilient human being there. I'm not worried about Ben. Genuinely, like it was worrisome. But I wasn't worried about him battling through this shit.
Yep. I agree. Yeah, but we're happy for Ben. And just hope he gets better, man. So anything else you want to go and talk about before we bounce out of here, man?
No, man. As always excited to come back and talk about, doing the recap show from pay-per-views. Obviously, the card next week is fucking insane, too. The conversations around that are going to be insane. Talking about future fights. Talking about whatever fucking crazy news comes out. Stay positive. One love.
One love. I'm Josh Soundoff on Twitter. He's at Angel Ortega _01 at Courtside Sound for all things related to the show. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.